Hi everybody, so welcome back to Plum Mashable. I hope everybody had a very, very Merry Christmas and you all got lots of planner goodies to play with in the new year. So we're going to do the next week this week in my planner. I'm having issues with my button and I'm so scared I'm going to rip the leather, so it's just a bit tight, so excuse that. So I'm just going to flip to this week in my planner, and as always, just take it out. It's still a bit stiff, I don't know what's going on. I think I need to get the WD-40 out on it. So we just got it like this. I've just noticed I need to do a little bit of punching, so I'll do that in a second. So what we're going to do this week, this was actually requested by a person, and I'm hoping it's a girl, well, not hoping it's a girl, but I think it's a girl, on YouTube for the week that I did for my birthday. So this is for, I think this is how you say it, please don't hate me if I get it wrong, but this is for Plixmi. It's spelled P-L-X-M-I. I will tag you in this video so you can find it. But she's asked for a yellow week because I said in my birthday week one that I would do a yellow one if you guys wanted it. So I am going to do a yellow one. I think now is a good time anyway. It's New Year's. It's a sort of bright kind of party, festive spirit kind of thing. So we're going to do a black and yellow kind of theme. More yellow than black, I hope. So this is the kind of theme I'm going with here. So we'll go with it and we'll see how we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab this black washi tape. It's a really thin black washi tape. I got it from Ikea if you want to know where it's from. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run this down the very, very side of my page. I really like this one. I like that it's so thin. So I'm just going to run this. I have to get my head in the shot here because I need to get right over it. So I'm really sorry. You're going to see the top of my head. So I'm trying to run that as close to the edge as I possibly can. And then I'm going to grab this really thin gold washi tape that is part of a collection from Express It, I think is the brand. You can get them from Eckersley's, which is where I bought them from, but you can now get them from Spotlight. So I will link both down below. I will say that Eckersley's is slightly more expensive, but only by about 20 cents. So it depends on what you've got closer. I really like this tape. I love how thin it is. I think it looks awesome. So I'm running that right up against the black. So it doesn't need to, but I'm trying to make it look seamless, like it's almost the same piece of tape. So there we go. That's what it looks like when it's finished. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side before I cut and punch holes. So that's what it looks like when it's finished. It will try and, because the tape is so thick, is thick the right word? Strong, I guess is a better word. It will try and pull your pages sort of up. When you put it into your planner, that won't be such a problem because it will sit flat and will actually make it sit in the right spot. So don't panic if it's doing that at this point. So you're just going to trim off the edges. So you can see what I mean now, it's kind of curling it up. Don't freak out that it's doing that. Like I said, when you put it in your planner will flatten it. So don't stress. I've got the tape stuck to my fingers. Berg. Okay, so while we're here, we're just going to punch the holes out as well. I'm just grabbing my hole punch. Just going to kind of bend this back just a little bit, just so it sits a little flatter while I'm doing this. Go. So I'm just trying to get that to sit a a little bit flatter. I'm not worried about it. I just want it to sit flat so you guys can see more than anything else. I'm just going to take all the little dots off my fingers. So this is the start of our black and yellow. I know right now it looks black and gold, but it won't for long. When I start using all this other yellow in it, you'll start going, oh wow, that looks so much better. Because it does. So what I'm doing now is I'm just grabbing my Inspiration Paper Lovers book. I'm kind of going to put those under there for a minute, just to use the weight of the book. Kind of flatten those out. So I'm going into the yellow section at the back, and I'm going to grab out all the bits I'm going to use, so that way it sort of fits a bit better. Now I have done a walkthrough of this book already, so if you are interested, I'll put a link to it below. So I'm just grabbing this piece of pattern paper that has all the happies and smiles and O's and stuff. I still love that, but I still don't know what I'm going to use it for. And then I'm going to grab a couple of these mini envelopes. So I'm just going to use these two just at the bottom. Just cutting those out so that they sort of release a bit easier. So I don't want to take the whole sheet out. Just the ones I want. Okay, so I'm just grabbing those two. And I'm also going to grab a couple of these cards. So I'm grabbing, just looking at that and going, wait a minute, I don't know if these are as mini greeting cards as I thought they were. Not all of them are. So they are greeting cards, but I've just noticed that these ones down the edge aren't so much greeting cards as they are just really pretty kind of mini quote cards. So I'm going to grab a kind of torn one, but damn it, I really wanted to use that yellow one. Oh well, we've kind of ruined one, but that's okay. So I'm going to grab this one here with the heart, if I can get it out. It's not going to be easy. I'm going to grab this little heart one. I'm also going to grab, I kind of want a black one, but I don't. I'm going to grab this little one here with the XO on the bottom, which is actually a greeting card. Damn it! It's alright. I've kind of torn this, but I'll show you how I fix it in a sec. And then I'm also going to grab this black postcard that says, "You are my favorite daydream." I don't know why this is being so hard to get along with. It just doesn't want to come out of the book. Never had this problem before, so I can't say it's the book's fault. Well, I can, but maybe I just need to fold before I tear. There we go. Just checking there's no stickers. There's not. And I just want to grab a couple of these tags. I'm going to grab, I'm probably not going to use all of these. I can always put them, not back in the book, but I can put them somewhere where I can use them later. So I just want to grab this little page flaggy one and this spotty black one. So this is another week where I'm off work, so there's not going to be a lot of stuff. It's a shame there's no yellow stickers. They'd look really good with this. Anyway, so I'm off work this week, so there's not going to be a lot of things to write in here, so I'm going to decorate a lot, as you guys have probably worked that out from all of these. So the first thing I'm just going to do really quickly is just go through and rub out all my little notes. So just have to, as I've said before, you've got to be a little bit careful with this paper because it doesn't tend to want to work for you all that much. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to grab these mini envelopes. So these are just small versions of the regular envelopes that kikki.k do in the Paper Lovers book. So I have done a video which I will link below on how these fold together. So I will move through this reasonably quickly. So what I'm going to do, I want to the black and the yellow side to be the side that you see most. So you've got to make sure you fold them the right way. You can fold them the other way if you want to. So what I'm going to do is just really quickly, because you guys know I hate these little knob things, I'm just going to really quickly go around these with the scissors. Go. So I'm just going to make sure I fold these the right way. These are gorgeous. I love these teeny weeny little ones. You can't actually imagine actually sending anything in them, but God, they're cute. So what I'm going to do is, for both of them, I'm actually going to put them backwards. So I'm going to put them together first. You've probably seen me use these envelopes in a couple of different planners, planner decoration kind of weeks. But I'm doing this one slightly different. So I'm trying to find my glue tape. Put it somewhere. Ah, there it is. It's hiding. So I'm just grabbing the glue tape. I'm just sticking this down first. So just using a bit of scrap paper to protect my desk. Because we're going to fold this backwards, it doesn't matter too much if you get a bit of glue on the back. So this is completely your choice. If you want to leave this bit here, you can, as if you want to fold it backwards and use it, or you can fold it inwards. I'm going to fold it inwards just because I don't want to cut it off, but I don't want to use the flap. So I'm going to put it that way. I'm just going to make the other one up. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to fold it on the inside. So what I'm going to do with this one is it's going to sit on the bottom here in this little way, and then I'm going to tuck these little mini quote cards into it. So the first one was the one that I accidentally ruined. So don't know if you guys can quite see that, but what I've done is I've pulled the paper out. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to tear off that bottom bit. And basically, sorry, get it back from unstick. I'm just going to cut down where the score line is, which I haven't done a very good job of. There we go. And then, as always, just neaten up the edges. You guys probably can't see this. I'm trying really hard to keep it in shot, but I'm not doing a good job. Go. So this one's going to pop out of this one. And then there was the other one, which is the yellow heart. I'm going to do the same thing, just trim off the edges. Not the edges, the little knobbly bits, you know what I mean. You guys get me by now. If you don't, I will notice that these ones kind of look like postage stamps. So if you didn't want to trim them off, you don't have to. They do look kind of cute when they look like a postage stamp, but I just can't stand it. So they're going to sit in like that. I'm actually going to put 2 in one side and I'm going to put something else in the other. So what I'm going to do is stick these down. Those two are just going to sit in there like that. Yep, now it doesn't want to go in. There we go. I just want the yellow one on top though, because I like the yellow one better. And I'm going to stick them down because I want them to sit just there. I don't want them to move. So just putting a little bit of tape on the back. Not even looking where I'm putting the tape, just putting the tape. Just looking at that and thinking, do I want to put that one there or do I want to put it somewhere else? I might put it on the other side, so we'll come back to that. So I'm going to grab this little page flag I'm going to leave the hole in. I'm just going to run some tape along the top, along that, sorry. I'm going to run this down the side here. I haven't cut the knobbly bits off that one, just, they look okay, so I'm not going to worry about it. That's not straight, and that's, you guys know usually I'm not quite so careful with that stuff, but that's going to bug me, so just tearing that off carefully. There we go. That's better. Go. Notice it's a bit crinkly. As I've said before, when you put this in your planner, it will flatten out. So don't stress too much. So I'm going to put this yellow one. I'm going to put that up the top. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. I'm going to put it on the top there, and I'll get another quote cut out in a sec. Or maybe I'm going to put that in there. No, I'm going to put that in there instead. And I'm just going to put a little sticker on there. So I'm going to stick that down first. And then I'm just going to grab the Paper Lovers book again. And basically what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for a sticker. But I'm looking for something that's going to kind of tie into this. So I want something gold rather than something yeah. So I'm going to grab this one here that just says dream big. No, I'm not. I'm going to get this one here that says live brave. Much better. Just as live brave. I'm just going to put that right on the top there in the middle. There we go. So the next thing I'm going to do is just with these little words, I guess that's the best, so that's got happy, smile, oh, wow. So I'm just going to cut out a couple of these, and then I'm just going to sprinkle them across the top. And when I say sprinkle, you'll understand what I mean in a minute. So I'm just going to cut some of these out, and I'll be back in just a second. There we go, I've cut out a couple, or a couple more than a couple. Now all I've done is just gone round in a circle. They're not perfect, and I've just kind of cut them out in a circular kind of shape. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my sticker maker. So this is just the Xyron sticker maker. I'll put a link to it below. I just bought it from Eckersley's. I'm just going to run these through. You just need to make sure they don't overlap. It's the biggest problem with this sticker maker. So you just slide them in the top. You could use glue tape. I'm just putting them stickers just because I can, basically. This sticker maker is really good if you use little things like this a lot. Most of the time they're on special. It's only, I think they're only $26, and the cartridges are reasonably cheap too. So if you are in the market, if you've got maybe a voucher or something for Christmas, this would be a really good thing to grab. So I'm just going to give them a bit of a rub, and they're just going to randomly go places. I'm not putting them on here with any kind of a rhyme or reason. I'm just going to grab hold of them, see where they look good, and put them somewhere. I'm fine to go over the top of all the other bits and pieces. I'm not even thinking about that. So when I said sprinkle, this is kind of what I mean. Just sprinkle them over the top. If you want to be really random with them, you could grab these beforehand and actually just sort of sprinkle them over the top. It's up to you how precise and wonderful you want to be with these, but all I will sort of suggest is don't put too many. Like if you cut out 3 or 4 loves, don't put all the loves on the same page. And just sort of put them places and see how they look. Like if they don't look good there, don't put them there. I have got one spare here, but I'm not going to use it. I don't want to put another one on that page. So the very last thing I'm going to do with this yellow and black sort of theme. So I just grabbed this postcard. It just says you're my favourite daydream. I'm just going to neaten it up by getting rid of those awful edges. And this one's come out of the book and just got a bit of a white line on the top, so I'm just going to really carefully cut that off. That's probably not straight, but it's okay. And I'm just going to put that, basically it's going to sit right there, right in the middle. I think it looks nice there, so I'm just going to grab hold of it, put it where I want it, and then just flip it over. Just grabbing a pen, just marking out where the holes are, and then just grabbing my hole punch. Now if you want to be really fancy, or not fancy, but if you want to be add a bit of extra bling to this, you could grab that gold washi tape and run it across the top or the bottom, or I'll sort of show you what I mean in a sec. So you could grab hold of that tape, if I can get hold of it, and maybe run it down the side here or across the top. I think it looks really nice just the way it is. I like that matte black finish. So I'm going to put it, looking at that going, why is that around the wrong way? So it's just going to sit like that. I'll grab my planner out and put it back in there in a second so you guys can see. So as I said, it's not quite sitting flat yet. It will. Please don't freak out about it if you do this and it doesn't quite sit flat. That's just that washi tape from Ikea. It's kind of, extra strength isn't the right thing, but it's kind of got a bit more stick to it and it tends to pull the page up a little bit. But that is my black and yellow kind of week. Thank you so much to Plixme for requesting it. I like requests, guys. If you guys have anything you've seen me show you in the Paper Lovers book and you'd like to see me give it a go in my planner or how I kind of interpret it, please let me know and I'm happy to give it a go. I really like this one. I'm not sure I like the gold. I think maybe I've done the wrong thing with going with the gold, but the black on its own was not enough, or it just wasn't enough. I love the little envelopes, so I think they're gorgeous, but maybe next time I flip them around. Might need to use the little envelopes again on another planner page somewhere else. Oh my goodness, I've just completely forgotten something. So I'm just going to write in all the things that are happening this week, because otherwise what's the point of a planner? But I'm going to do it just in black, just to kind of stick with the whole theme of the week. Can't believe I actually forgot to write all this in here. So then I'm just going to grab, just out of the Paper Lovers book again, I'm just grabbing like a tag, like a label. Label. I'm looking for something with some gold, so I don't really want to use the bird though. So it just says Happy New Year on it. I think everybody knows it's New Year's Day, but it's just there for that sort of specific purpose, and that's also why I put the yay there. Do I need to put anything else? Yes, I do. No, I don't. I may be diving. I've got 2 days here that I might be diving, but I don't know yet, so I'm not going to put my sticker in there just in case. So now I'm done after I've changed all that. Now I'm finished. So that is my finalised New Year's week decoration. As I was saying before, I hope you guys have a great New Year's. If you are going out, this is just my little warning. If you are going out, make sure you go out with some friends that aren't going to get completely plastered so that you do have a safe way to get home. And just always don't put yourself into any sort of uncomfortable situations. If something doesn't feel right, get out of there. That's just my little bit of advice. I hope you guys all have a really, really great New Year's, and I will talk to you again really, really soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.